So in late February, early March, a 2-minute video that I filmed in a car park got over 327,000 views. Maybe you're one of the people who saw this. Just so you know, there was no strategy involved, there was no edit, there was no plan. It was really just a very honest warning about something that was happening to me in the moment with my back. Since then, I have thought a lot about why that video worked, because I just needed to understand it. I write about these things and I make recommendations, and so it was an opportunity to see something from the back end for myself for content that was not directly related to a brand. And what I landed on wasn't a content framework or a posting strategy. Instead, it was just 3 very simple things that seemed to carry and work. So the first thing is that the video was completely stripped down. Like, there was 0 production value. I had no makeup on, there were no edits, there was no scene setting at all. Just me in the car on my phone sharing something that actually happened to me. And so for me, what stood out was that it kind of reinforced the fact that the most basic message sometimes is the one that travels the furthest. People don't have to work to understand what it is that you're sharing. And so I think that is why they stayed, and then of course why they chose to share. The second thing that I noticed was that I was sharing from a place of concern rather than a place of me just trying to create content to share. And there's a big difference with that. People are dealing with filtering out content on a day-to-day basis, but they will absolutely stop for something that feels urgent and real and relevant to their actual lives. That video was not a part of any campaign. No one asked me to do it. It was a plain and simple warning, and people received it that way, and I think that definitely worked. And finally, context did a lot of the heavy lifting. And by that, I'm talking about the idea that financial anxiety is a very personal thing, especially in these times. And so there was a level of urgency that existed with the message that I was sharing. And it actually turned out that the issue that I was having, the scam that I was experiencing, was actually more relevant to a whole lot more people across Jamaica than I ever could have imagined. So the point here is that not every piece of content is going to have that advantage, but when it does, it amplifies absolutely everything. So I know I had said that there were 3 things, but there's one additional thing that I don't think I could finish this video without talking about. And that part is actually that 327,000 views that I mentioned in the start of the video is probably not the real number of views. The video actually had spread through WhatsApp groups and DMs and possibly even email chains, because I did have people who were not on the TikTok platform coming back to say that they had received it via WhatsApp. And so the truth is, the reach that I'm never going to see is possibly bigger than the reach that I can measure using the TikTok algorithm. So the learning here is that virality is really not a strategy. It is a lucky convergence of authenticity, really good timing, and something that you genuinely can't control. So the whole point of this video is simply this: stop pressuring yourself to make perfect content. Make honest content. Share what actually feels true and matters to you, because you might never know how far it goes. And the truth is, that's the point.